Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's energy update. Welcome to the month of September. What an amazing summer it has been, and as we start welcoming in these beautiful fall months, I find this update is very, very telling and very beautiful to help us embrace this season of change, this season of letting go. And we're definitely going to be seeing that theme arise this week very predominantly of where we are letting things be, where we are ready to come back to our inner rest, to recalibrate, to come back home to ourselves, and to welcome in the change. So if you've been feeling called to make shifts, to evolve, to change, to take more rest, to come back to yourself, these are all the things that are currently happening, not only in the season shift, but in the energies. So let's see what came through for us this week. We have codependency, negative drives forward, leaning on another to make the first move. Go your own way. The time is now. Don't break your heart trying to bend. Instead, be in the glorious death. Release all that has come to pass between you and another, and rise again. Pheonix rising. For dust you are, and dust you shall return. Embrace this beautiful life. Be the gateway of love on this beautiful earth. God will show you the way. Leave all doubt behind. A miracle is rising from the decay. So let's pause here. So lots to unpack this week. We have some really beautiful themes that are coming up to help us remind us of our motivations behind our actions, to remind us of our soul's truth, of our heart's truth. And what was really coming through here was this awareness of releasing where we are relying on another or relying on other circumstances or even just outcomes to bring us the expansion that we're looking for. So we might be feeling this dissatisfaction. We might be feeling a little bit of this angst because we are ready to take this leap. We are ready to really dive into a new life if we haven't been already. And they're kind of just showing me like the birth has happened. We have this new life, but now it's like the creation of it and the forward movement of it. And some of us are getting a little bit angsty is what they're showing me, where it's like, like I'm just ready for everything to fall into place. And now I have to wait for others perhaps to catch up. And that's what they're really kind of showing me, is many of us have made these quantum leaps forward in our evolution, and maybe we're going to feel like we're taking 10 steps back this week. Maybe we're starting to feel like we're being held back this week, and that they're just showing me someone trying to hold on to these people's hands and like yank them along, where it's like, come on, you gotta come with me. Like, I'm already at this level and you guys are slowing me down. And that's exactly what they're kind of showing me with this codependent energy. So they're kind of showing me this negativity, this dark cloud that might be kind of looming over some of us as we are trying to create this change, as we are trying to be this catalyst of love, but others are resisting. Others are still planted where they're planted. And we're finding this little bit of power struggle dynamic that might come in this week, where we start realizing, oh, maybe I have to let go of this feeling. Maybe I do need to go my own path and trust that those who are meant to follow me will, in their own time and in their own way. And so once again, as light workers, a lot of us face this challenge almost periodically, I find, because a lot of us, we take these big spiritual bounds, we take these big spiritual leaps forward, and we tend to be very fast acting. Like many of us, as soon as we get the download, we're like, all right, we're here, we're changed. And it's like we're just gung-ho and we're already there. And that's why it's so hard for us to understand perhaps people who are just not on the same wavelength, who are just not at the same space in their journey, and learning the patience and learning the slow down and learning that it is okay for everyone to have their journey and to let go of the need to have everyone meet you where you are. So they're kind of showing me this respect that starts coming in for others people's journeys, but also this awareness of where we might have been holding ourselves back because of another, and bringing this awareness. So we get this light bulb moment this week of like, okay, like maybe this goal that I have, maybe the path of my soul that I'm ready to take, maybe I have been hesitating. Maybe I have been holding back. Maybe I have been stalling because I've been waiting for this person to come with me or make the first move or show me, hey, it's okay, we can do this together. But they're challenging you this week to go, well, what if that's not how it's supposed to actually be? What if you're the one who needs to take the first step? What if you're the only one and the only thing that's standing in your way of greatness, of your soul's journey? And to have the bravery to move forward anyway, even if that means you're leaving a few people behind. Because they're kind of showing me as you move forward, these other individuals are like, hey, what's going on here? We miss you, we need you. And then they start moving forward. Sometimes we have to be the one that takes the first step. And this is the challenge of being a leader. And they're showing me this battle of mindset, because some of us, we haven't realized we're a leader. We haven't realized that, wow, maybe we do have something really amazing to offer. And we're almost downplaying our leadership ability. So wake up this week. If you are feeling restless, if you are feeling frustrated, if you are feeling held back, take a strong analysis of the truth. Okay, what is the truth? And ask your guides to help you see this if you're struggling to see beyond the ego, if you're struggling to see beyond the situation. Ask your guides to illuminate the truth. And the truth is, most of us are going to land on this truth that honestly, it's just ourselves. It's just this mindset that we need to push beyond, that we need to leave in the past so we can start moving forward. And saying no to bending, because they're really showing me someone who keeps compromising, who keeps making excuses, who keeps waiting because the other person's not there, or the situation hasn't evolved yet, and they're like, it's breaking your heart, it's hurting you. So you need to stop hurting yourself. You need to stop waiting and take the step you know you need to take. So release all that has come to pass and instead embrace the glorious death. I thought this was so phenomenal, especially as we start moving into this fall energy. Death is going to be a theme. And when you think of death, and I really thought about this, because normally we hear a lot about this death process that happens throughout awakening, this death of the old self, this spiritual term. But for a lot of people, for a lot of people, a lot of individuals, death is final. And as we evolve spiritually, we know that, okay, energy cannot be destroyed. We know that. However, typically the term death means a final closure. And that's exactly what I was really feeling for this week, is this death energy of something coming to full conclusion. And with this comes this Pheonix. And that's what they were showing me, was this rising again. So this resurrection energy. So we're going to experience some sort of death this week, some sort of closure that closes the end of a cycle, that closes the door to these dynamics, to whatever it is that's been holding you captive, because they're literally showing me someone in chains. So these chains have got to be let go of. So this week you are breaking free. It might be painful, and they're showing me that. It might be emotionally hard for you to let go of these chains because maybe they've made you feel safe. As weirdly as that sounds, maybe there's been some comfort in not going your own way and letting other people make the decisions and leaning on others to move forward, but they're not. And that's the reality. So this week we're going to have a wake-up call. Not everyone is going to follow you on your journey, but you cannot hold back anymore. You cannot hold yourself back any longer. And they're showing me someone going full four-wheel drive. It's like, we're going now. We're not stopping. We're not waiting. We're not hesitating. We know what we need to do. So we have to do it. Last week, I did the energy update. However, I had technical difficulties and I was not able to upload it. However, there was a very strong message last week in the reading, how many of us are coming to this awareness of there's something we have to do. And it's in our soul, it's in our heart, and it's tugging at your entire being. You have to do this. So this week, I implore you to go into what is it you have to do in this life? What has been tugging at your heartstrings? It's going, I need to complete this in my lifetime. There is something that each of us have been given to complete and experience in this lifetime. What is that thing for you? What is your why? What is your need? Okay? You need to honor this voice, because they were showing me that there is a danger of losing your voice here. So stop stalling. Stop giving your power away. It's time to reclaim your voice. And it's time to rise. Okay? So this is where this Pheonix energy is coming in, this total rebirth from the ashes. Okay? And realizing, don't wait too long. Because what did they say? For dust you are, and dust you shall return. Our lifetimes are like a blink of an eye. So what are you here to accomplish? What are you here to do? They're kind of bringing this awareness to our mortality this week as well, where we start realizing, wow, okay, I'm not going to be here forever. And okay, I want this kick in the pants to do what I need to do, and I don't want to wait anymore. And they're like, stop beating yourself up for your truth, because many of us have been trying to stuff down that truth because it's not convenient for another. So they're bringing this awareness of strength this week, of empowerment, of this no-nonsense energy. It's like, if you've been feeling this energy for a long time, why are you shutting it out? This is your soul crying for recognition and going, we're ready, move. So why are you not moving? And they're also showing me the anger, the angst, the build-up of frustration and maybe some resentment around staying stuck. But you are the only one who can get yourself out of the mud. So you need to start taking this first step. Be the gateway of love on this beautiful earth. God will show you the way. leave all doubt behind. A miracle is rising from the decay. Okay, so from this section here, a lot of us are waking up to the awareness that we're love. We're really love, okay? Now, some of us are going to have a hard time digesting this truth because we've been perhaps programmed and taught to believe that we are bad, we are wrong, we're not good enough. This is a story that almost every single person on earth has, because we are taught to compare ourselves. We are taught to be better, to be this way or that way. But this week, we're having the veil removed to realize that no, you are not like everybody else. And no, you're not supposed to be like anybody else. You are love. And we're coming to this awareness, and it might make you shed tears. It might make you emotional because it is setting you free from every single lie you've been taught to believe. And this awareness bursts through your heart that you are pure love, that you are innocent, that there is nothing wrong with you, and there never was. And you are reclaiming this power in your life. You're reclaiming this truth steeped in pure, unadulterated honesty. Because they're showing me the angels here and they're going, look at you. And they're holding up a mirror. And they're like, you have shrouded yourself in every type of hurt, every type of self-doubt, every type of low confidence and self-hatred. But who would you be if you stripped all of that away? And they're showing me like, just almost like a skin just being peeled off you. All the hate, all the hurt, all the shame, and they're stripping it away from you to look at what's beneath it. You, the true you, the real you, who's been shrouded in lies. And now you are finally getting this Band-Aid ripped off to see the truth. You are love. You are enough. You are vital for this planet. You are vital to the people in your life. You are vital light here on earth. You do matter. You have a voice. Why aren't you using it? It's time to use it. It is time to advocate for your light. It is time to stop denying who you really are. And this is the truth bomb that is landing this week. And it's like, I just can't imagine, like I can't even tell you the energy that I'm getting right now where it's like, enough. Enough. Enough self-sabotaging, enough waiting, enough of this attitude that says you're not good enough. Enough of this. You need love, and you need to see who you are now. So, some of us are getting this awareness. And with that, we're like, okay, I'm love. Okay, I'm starting to see this truth. And as this light comes in, this awareness, don't get caught up in the details, because they're showing me, some of us are like, well, now what? What do I do? How do I be love on this earth? And we're overthinking it. So they're showing me like, let this truth land of how wonderful you are, of how beautiful you are, how amazing you are, and just be in that. Like, they're almost like, take a second here. Like, just be in that. Don't jump to what's next. Don't jump to what do I need to do. What did they say? God will show you the way. So realize that it's not all up to you. So some of us have been thirsting for change. We've been hungry for it. We've been anxious for it. We've been vicious for it. Like they're just showing me someone so restless, like, oh, I just need a change. Now we're getting it. And we need to just trust that claiming this new truth about ourselves, that we are love, we're here to be love, we're embodying this love finally. That is enough, because as we make the inner change, the inner shift, so the outer shifts with us. And we start to realize we don't have to do it all. God is going to show us our next steps. This was the big step we needed you to take, was to see your own innocence, to see your own light. Okay, so we're making a huge stride in this. And that's what's so cool, is they're like, a miracle is rising from the decay. So all of these stories, all of these things that suppressed you, that made you literally almost die inside, like, or symbolically die inside, they're showing me that like rot and that decay, and then this beautiful flower that is blossoming outward from it. And it's just one. It's just this one single flower that's like, here I am. And you're leaving all of that dead, decaying rot behind. And you're starting to see all of that you went through, all of what you experienced. It led you to this moment. This moment where now you get to be reborn, where something beautiful now rises from all of that pain, from all of which is now dead. So, moving forward in this, how do we move forward in this? Laughter and fluid motion. Paving a new path birthed from your joy. What has ruined your joy? What has ruined the joy in being you and the joy in your gifts? People's expectations, slowly whittling away at your self-esteem. So there's a huge message here for this week. Once again, we're realizing this codependency. We're recognizing this need to please, this need to hold ourselves back for fear of perhaps another's journey, another person's opinion, another person's fear, the other person's inability to meet you at your level of existence, your level of love. So we're being called to recognize this pattern. We're being called to recognize this toxic dynamic, right? So what is actually siphoning your joy? Is it this fear of other people and what they think? Is it people's expectations? And if so, we need to regroup. And we need to go, well, why am I allowing this once more to stop me? To hinder me from being who I am and from expressing my gifts. Like, they're kind of being tough here this week, where it's like, stop your BS and just get started. Just do it. Because they're showing me someone who's been tippy-toeing around their gifts. Because they're like, people don't appreciate me. People don't see. People are judging my stuff. And it's almost like, once again, they're like, okay, stop it. That is withholding you from doing what you're here to be doing. that is squandering the joy of life. And when you go to the end of your life, do you really think you're going to care what anyone else said? Or are you going to be proud of yourself and the work you accomplished while you're here? So they're kind of giving me this like slap on the cheek, being like, hey, like, hey now, wake up. No. This is time to take the bull by the horns, my friend. So we need this wake-up call this week, this remembrance of our why. Why are we doing what we're doing? Are we doing it for someone else? Or are we doing it for our heart's purpose, for our soul journey, for our authentic expression? Wake up. Stop losing yourself. Stop scattering yourself and giving all these bits and pieces of yourself away. No. You are here to not only be seen, to be heard, but to be valued, cherished, and loved. So if people aren't appreciating you, are you appreciating you? Are you celebrating you? Because I guarantee once you start, those voices aren't even going to matter. So the inner shifts create the outer shifts. And this is where we're starting this week. We're going, oh, right. I've been working so hard on the outer that I forgot about the inner. Or I've been neglecting my inner, right? So prioritize time this week to go within yourself, to reconnect with who you are, your sacred soul, your sacred voice, and really reclaim the truth, which is I am love. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to express my love and my joy and myself in any way that feels good for me. And once again, we cut out all other voices, all other noise, to focus on our dream, on our lives, on our expression, on our experience. Now, this isn't going to happen overnight. It's going to be very hard for some of us to leave behind the lies, the stories, the judgments, the shame. So what do we have to do? We have to pretend. And then I kept hearing the song Magic by Coldplay. So it's like, just like magic, wave that magic wand and play along until you feel it's right. So they're almost showing me that expression of fake it till you make it. So some of us, we're going to have a hard time ever believing that we're actually loved. Some of us are going to have a really hard time believing that we're good enough. Some of us are going to have a really hard time claiming confidence in ourselves and our gifts and our worth. But what's the alternative? You keep staying buried in hurt and in shame and never rise? No. You have to start trying. You have to start making the shift. You have to start committing to yourself and making the change. So commit this week to your self-love journey. Commit to yourself, to your authentic path. And just like magic, believe. Start believing that magic can happen, that miracles can happen. Connect with that inner child, okay? Connect with that innocent part of yourself and go, you know what? I'm going to believe. I'm going to try. I'm going to believe that this is possible for me. And that's all you have to do, is be willing. Be willing to listen to an alternative perspective. Be willing to look at things a new way. And keep doing that until it feels true, until it feels right. So they're really showing me to partake in exercises, in anything that makes you feel your very best. So write a list of things you know you're good at this week And really partake in those things regularly, because what does that do? It puts you in the vibration of confidence. It puts you in the vibration of, I am good at this. It puts you in the vibration of, oh, I'm happy and joyful. So how can you be so involved in those things this week that it actually keeps propelling that vibration? So it's not ignoring the bad parts. It's not ignoring the wounds, because those might come up this week. You might be triggered by that this week. And there's going to be moments where you'll have to go into them and you'll have to feel them and release them. We're not bypassing here, but we do need to do these things that we know put us in a space of confidence that can help propel us with more of this mindset. So that voice becomes louder. That voice becomes loudest. So what are you really good at? What do you know? Like know, full body know, you excel in, and lean into that this week. All right? And keep putting on this confidence. So you're learning to love yourself. Keep up the good fight. Confidence spurs. Stop hiding away in darkness. It's time to step into the light. Let your face greet the dawn, for soon you'll see you are the only one you've been looking for. This was so stunning. So throughout this channeling here, they were showing me someone who's been hiding away. They've been hermiting. They've been hiding their face. They haven't been wanting to be seen. They haven't been wanting to come out into the light, even though deep down they do. Okay? And that's the funny thing. It's like, but we've been hurt or we've recoiled. And they're almost showing me someone like retreating into their little cave. And because they've been hurt, because they're like, you know what? I just keep getting shown again and again I'm not appreciated. I keep getting shown I'm not enough for them. Okay? Those might be very valid hurts. Those might be very valid fears. Okay? But we know deep down we don't want to stay in them. You don't really want that. Who actually wants to keep hiding themselves away for the rest of their lives, not being able to express themselves, not being able to do what they know they need to do? There is something, once again, that you need to do. So to be able to do it, you have to be in your light. So stop hiding, okay? It's time to step into the light. Let your face greet the dawn. And that was what was so beautiful. So they're actually showing me the significance of the face. If a lot of you struggle with skin issues, they're kind of showing me the correlation of where you don't want to be seen. Because what is your face? It's the first thing a person really looks at. It's who you are in a way. So is your face ready to greet the dawn? Okay, and where might your physical face be showing you signs of, I don't want to be seen. I want to hide away, right? So anything that is manifesting on the face, rash, eczema, pimples, anything that's kind of showing up there, they're like, take note. Where do you not want to show your face? Okay, time to look at these things. So let your face greet the dawn, for soon you'll see you are the only one you've been looking for. And I thought this was so beautiful because we're coming back to this full circle moment where we realize, you know what, I don't really care about anyone else. I just care about me. I just care about what I'm here to do. And it's this amazing reclamation of self and reclamation of our purpose. So what comes next? Returning to yourself once again in light and in love. The past is behind you now. seek peace, seek solace, seek sanctuary. For now, you are free. Chains dropping away so you can finally see, feel, and experience a life of luxury where your needs are taken care of every day. Bit by bit, slowly but surely, make the change. Nervous system reset, prioritizing rest, and receiving your needs because they matter. All will return soon. Then they showed me this like blanket coming over you and wrapping you up in this comfort, okay? All is coming together by divine will, softly, gently, organically. So beautiful. I love this so much. So we're coming back home. We're coming back home to our truth. We're coming back home to who we are, to who we've always been. And we're remembering that person. We're remembering who that person is. Love. And as we reclaim this light, as we reclaim our deservingness, our worthiness, our love, we realize the past is behind us, because they're really showing me this truth dropping in of like, your past is over. And so if the past comes in to haunt you, remind yourself, remind it, you're done. This isn't my present anymore. And they're showing me this fierce determination to turn the past away, because it's like, no, you don't get to intrude on my peace now. No. Okay, this is what we have to start doing, is standing up for ourselves and going, no, this is my peace. I have created this peace in my life and you are not welcome in it anymore. And we have to reinforce this. So every time these negative thoughts come in, every time your past tries to encroach its darkness on your current, present reality, you have to stand up and say no more. You're done. You're dead. And it is. Its time has passed. It's well expired. So don't look back to the decay. Be that flower that grows from it and reaches towards the sun, because that's where you're going. Everything else is dead. Everything else is done. And this allows you to recapture your light, the present moment, and you start to see beyond. Because you've never known what your life could be without your past. But now you get to, because you're choosing you. You're putting you first, and you're going, I deserve better. I need to do this. And it's amazing what we're accomplishing with this choice. So the past is behind you. And now you are seeking peace, seeking solace, seeking sanctuary. Because now you're free. And this is the other awareness that comes in. You are free. You can drop those chains. And it's funny because they're showing me the chains being wrapped around someone, but they're not locked in. Nobody's binding you in those chains anymore. All you have to do is let them go. You're the only one who's holding on to them. But if you just release them, they would fall away. So that's what we're doing. We're releasing the chains to see, oh, actually I am free. I don't have to drag all this weight around. I don't have to stay solitary. I don't have to stay stuck, because I'm not. And this awareness comes in. So chains dropping away so you can finally see, feel, and experience a life of luxury. So I thought this is amazing because the word luxury specifically stood out, because a lot of us have been taught in the spiritual path we don't get to have luxury. You know, I know for me, growing up, it was very taught the opposite. You were to be meek and mild and modest. You weren't to have extravagant things. You weren't supposed to dote on yourself. So we're rewriting these programs. And this week, we're kind of becoming aware of what our lives could actually be like. And for a lot of us, we're like, oh my gosh, like, they're actually kind of showing me this hesitancy to even embrace that, because it's like, oh, I've never had something like that. I don't know what that is. That's a luxury for me. And they're showing me things that, you know, aren't even that luxurious, where it's like, no, you get to be taken care of now. And some of us are uncomfortable in it, but this is your new reality. So be willing this week. Be willing to start receiving your needs. Be willing to start welcoming in luxury. So they're kind of showing me every single day, picking one thing that you think is a luxury and giving it to yourself. So as an example, if you're like, I've always budgeted, I never allow myself to go out for a fancy coffee. Well, once a week, buy that luxury. Buy yourself a fancy coffee. And they're just showing me, like, it doesn't have to be huge, but do something that makes you feel good, that makes you feel, I deserve this in my life. Stop the self-denial. And they're really saying it's super important, because that's the other thing that's coming in here is frustration around not having your needs met, not having your desires met. And it's hurting you. It's making you feel like you don't deserve them. So even if you're on a budget, how can you rework that budget to give yourself one thing? Okay? Give yourself something, whether it's on a daily basis, whether it's on a weekly basis, whatever this is for you that makes you feel like, wow, this is luxury, this is like a treat, engage in that. Because you don't know what it's like. And that's what they're really showing me. It's like you don't even fathom. A lot of us have no idea what that feels like to actually partake in that life where we do receive, where we do get what we want. And now it's time to try it. Because how do you think you're going to get it? How are you going to manifest it if you keep denying it? That doesn't happen to me. Nothing good comes to me for free. Nothing good comes to me because I'm so poor or I'm so in this place. Okay, wake up. How do you think that's going to change if your energy changes? Okay, so change the frequency, change the energy, make the decision, the choice. Mentally make it, commit to it. I'm choosing me now. I'm not choosing lack anymore. I'm going to be willing to receive and give myself what I need. So how can you start giving yourself what you need? And some of you need to ask for it. So some of us are going to be approaching our bosses this week. Some of us are going to be approaching our employers. We're going to be approaching our partners, whatever this is, and asking for our needs to be met. So for some of us, a raise is in order. For others, it's going down in your work time. For others, it's asking for that promotion. Whatever this is, and once again, confidence, because you deserve it, okay? So drop your chains. It's time to experience a life of luxury. So what would that be like? Some of us don't even envision that. We don't even know where to start. So start visualizing that. What would my life look like where my needs were taken care of every single day? So how do we welcome in this piece? How do we welcome in the luxury? So once again, I gave you that example. Doing one little thing for yourself that feels luxurious, that gives back to you. And then we have a huge priority around three things. The nervous system. Because if we're constantly stuck in fight or flight, if we're constantly stressed, that's the energy we keep propelling. We're not able to rest. We're not able to receive. We're not able to shut down and close down when we need to. So check in with your nervous system. We're learning a lot about how the nervous system really is pivotal, even when it comes to healing, even when it comes to manifesting. So take a good look at that. Where is your nervous system right now? Is it in constant battle? Is it in constant fight or flight? What can you do to reset it? So they're showing me the use of herbs. They're showing me the use of meditation, of yoga, of walking. You know, a lot of us, when we're in that fight or flight, it's hard for us to settle down to meditate. So like walking meditation, going to the gym, they're just showing me all these ways that we can actually reset and taking the actions to make sure we're doing that. Next was prioritizing rest. So how often are you resting? Resting is a form of recuperation, a form of receiving what's good for you without doing anything. So how open are you, or how resistant are you to rest? What is your relationship to rest? Okay, it's time to lean in. Am I okay resting? Do I allow myself to rest, or am I constantly beating myself up for rest? Okay, really check in. Receiving your needs now because they matter. So what is your relationship to receiving? Do you willingly receive good in your life? Are you resistant to receiving from others? Take a look at that dynamic this week. It's so important. So from there, we have everything will turn around soon. And they're wrapping us in this blanket of comfort, which I thought was so beautiful. It's like, how can you comfort yourself now? How can you provide for yourself? How can you be this loving, mothering energy and welcome in that energy more fully? Okay, so important. And the trust, right? Because it's like you're now trusting. You're going, okay, I've made these intentions for myself. I've made these intentions for my life. So I know now that my needs are going to be taken care of. And I'm trusting that God is showing me the way. So they're showing me, like, even if you don't know where your path is leading, just these small daily decisions and these commitments are the catalyst. So once again, start with the vibration, start with the nervous system, start with your rest, start with receiving. These are the ways you change your life, your frequency, and lean on God to create the rest, to show you where to go. Trust it is so pivotal. So all will turn around still soon. All is coming together by divine will. It's so beautiful. It's like you're not alone. It's all coming together. And how is it coming together? Softly, gently, organically. So you don't have to do a thing. You just keep on prioritizing your joy, following your path. Everything's being taken care of in divine timing and divine will. So what if you did just relax into that? What if you just were like, let all the expectations go, let all the burden go, just focused on what you wanted to do? It's all coming together. How would that change your life? I'm just seeing this huge load of stress just falling away. It's like, wow, what if it could be that simple? It can't. So release the self-imposed timelines, release the rush, the need to work and go. Lean on trust, lean on the universe. So let's keep going. We have being shown a new way for success, becoming the leader in your life. Let go of all worry and strife. You will find your own way. Let go and find your peace. Find your new life at no expense of others. For you are rising out of fear and regret. You are free. So sing your song, voice unbound. What does your soul speak? What does your heart say? Go your own way. This was so beautiful. So once more, in conclusion here, we're getting this amazing full circle moment that comes through where it's like, who would I be without any of these fears, without any of these expectations, without any regrets? What if I rose right up out of that? Who would I be? What would I be doing? Where would I be going? because they're showing me the soul's need for growth and expansion and movement. And we've been keeping ourselves caged for far too long. So it's like if you just rose out of all the things that are holding you back, what would the answer be? Because they're really showing me this clarity falling in of the authentic self, of what they truly are and who they truly are and what roads and avenues they would be walking and pursuing. So rise out of this week. Sing your authentic song. Use your voice. Let yourself be unbound, unshackled. And listen, what does your soul want to say? What does your heart say? And you're going to find this message: go your own way. And it's so beautiful because we're realizing we can. We're realizing we can do it. We don't need anyone else. We really don't. Yes, we need support sometimes. Yes, we need love. Absolutely. But what I'm saying is we don't need to be dependent on it. We don't need to tippy-toe other people's journeys so we can live ours. We need to be loud and proud. We need to be claiming our right to exist, our right to matter, our needs. So what do you need? What is it you're here to do, to say, to be? Claim that life now. So friends, that's all I have for us this week. What a reading. That was so powerful. That was so wonderful to get these key reminders, and I truly hope they reach and speak to you. If they do, please don't forget to leave me a comment below or sending me a message. I love hearing your thoughts. I love hearing how the messages resonate for you personally. And I'm sending you so much love and light, my friends. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Bye.